this tutorial, and in this tutorial I'm gonna create an application which is called parking application. And this app actually will help people to park their car and remember the position of the car. So the app will also show pin at the car's location where the user launches the app. Okay, so the user can click with this I'm here button to update the pin location to the current location every time they park. Okay, so so let's create this app. This application will pretty much involve what all the things that we have learned in our previous tutorials, that is asking the user for the location permission. The second thing is we're gonna also ask for we're gonna get the current location. We're gonna customize the marker. We're gonna update the location, you know, like we're gonna also update our marker icon with the custom icon of a car. And we're gonna add multiple functionalities here. Okay, so let's do this. Okay, and and okay, so first let me do a simple check one thing. What I want to do is okay, just a moment guys, just a moment. I just want to make sure if everything is fine. Okay, yes, we are good to go. And then okay, let me open my yes. So yeah, we'll follow these guidelines. Okay, actually let me uninstall this application so that we'll start everything from the scratch. Okay, so what we will do, we'll follow these guidelines and create the application step by step. So first thing is we create a Google Map app, activity app. So actually it is a parking activity that I created pretty much from the project. You know, I have created here a parking. Here what I did was I created a simple Google Maps activity. Okay, it's pretty much auto created from the template. Okay, what I have is like a simple this activity parking activity layout, which is pretty much the layout that you see in the app before. And yes, I have added my API key, because you know you need to have your API key to run the Google Maps application, obviously. And then I have added the necessary location permission, and I have also added the necessary Google Maps and Google location library. Okay, so that's it. And let's start to make this application. Okay, so what we will do is we'll follow these guidelines. So what we have did, we have created our Google Maps activity. Okay, this is this activity. Then we have obtained the API key. Okay, so now we have the to show a button. If you have not obtained the Google API key, you just need to follow these guidelines. You just need to go to either to this link, and you need to get your personal API key. Okay, so which always starts with this keyword like AIZA. Okay, and otherwise your map is not gonna work, right? It's gonna show a blank screen. So now we have to include the service in your app. That is, we have included our service, all this service we have implemented. And then we have to now request the user's permission to access their location. So now let's step by step ask the user for the permission. So to ask the user for the permission, what we need to do at first is we need to create a request permission launcher, private request permission launcher, request permission launcher, which is a activity result launcher, and pretty much returning a string. Okay, and so now similarly we have to ask for the and check for the permission. Okay, so what we will be doing here is we will assign the, okay, ask for users permission uh, for location. Okay, so here we will request permission launcher, then register for activity result, which where we will be registering the request permission will be registered here, and if is granted, permission is granted, then obviously the permission is granted, so we will get the current the last location of user. Okay, otherwise we're gonna show request permission rationale, right? So we will show this request permission rationale is pretty much like a alert dialog, and which gonna take the lambda as a positive action, and this positive action will pretty much launch the permission rationale, and will request the permission launcher, and we will launch the access find location. Okay, so we're gonna do that, and so if it is granted, then we obviously have to function get last location. Okay, and okay, get last location. Yeah, we have to do this still to implement, so we'll be implementing this in a while. Then what next, guys? Okay, so still it's not finished yet, because we still have to, when your map will be ready, then we have to ask for permission. Okay, so here when your map is ready, you have to check. There are various conditions, like case 1. In the first case, we have a location permission, so we check if has a location permission, then get last location. Okay, and case 2, in the case 2 we have to check if we should show request permission rationale. So we check if should show request permission rationale, and with the permission is access find location. If this is the case, then we gonna have to so request permission rationale. Okay, rationale, then we gonna have to ask for the permission, and in this case we will show permission rationale, and obviously here we will request permission launcher. Launch will pass the lambda, which is this request permission launcher launching the access find location, right? And there is another case, which is finally the else case, where we have to pretty much do this again, like, we don't need to show the permission rationale, but we just launch the request permission launcher. Okay, so this is it. So this is the first part, where we are gonna ask for the permission location from the user. So okay, let me run the application. I think everything should be working fine. You see, okay, it's pretty working fine. We have we the app is actually requesting for the user's permission for the location. So if I don't allow, it's gonna show the this location permission rationale, you know, to say that we need your location permission. And if I click OK, it will also launch this lambda, which is pretty much request for permission location, and it's gonna relaunch me the location. Okay, so it's gonna relaunch me the location permission, and so I'm gonna give the approximate permission, okay, while using the app. Okay, but still we are getting the we are still getting the okay. So now I think the permission is pretty fine. Yeah, so we have the permission, so it's not asking for any permission anymore. So the permission section is working fine. So now what we have to do, we have given the user has given the location permission. So now the application can pretty much read the current location of the user. So now we will obtain the user's location and place a pin in the map at that location. So let's obtain the user's location. So to obtain the user's location, obviously let's go to back to the activity, and what we have to do is actually, you know, we have to implement the library that we have already implemented, that is a place service location, which has a class which is pretty much a fused location provider. So let me create a variable called fused location provider client by lazy. What it is gonna do is gonna location services get fused location provider client this so this fused location provider client, which pretty much gets us the current location, you know, the current location in the sense the last location or the current location, right? Okay, so we have this fused location provider client. So this fused location provider client should be okay. It's already we have created a lazily created the client instance, right? And then once we have so now what we have to do is we have to update the last location like method. So we have to implement this. So here what we do is obviously we have to update the method. So we say on location. So here we pass the location is a location. It's obviously a lambda. So whenever we have users location permission, we pass the location to this this method. Then we we use this fuse plus location provider client to get the last location. So on add on success listener, we get the location and we have to location let on location et okay. So we're gonna okay, obviously this is can be also nullable. So and we have to obviously like not give the permission because permission is already so actually this method is suppress. We missed we do the suppress missing permission because, you know, this get last location is obviously only only if the location permission is granted, then this method is called. So we just need to pass that. And So get last location. So this get last location is also actually it's a so what we have to do, we have to also actually when we get this location we have to update the marker, right? So we also need to implement another method, function which is pretty much updates the marker map location with the marker. So immediately when we get the location we update map location with marker, right? So we pass the location here, lat long, and then well user location, lat long location dot latitude location longitude, update map location user location, and user okay. So here what we have to do is also we need to have a marker. So map location with marker, required location but found lat long, update map location. So actually it is update map location. Okay, so we still need to create also another method, function update map location, okay, and we also actually need to create the marker, private var user marker null. So we gonna okay, where is my method? Yeah, so let me go to my user marker. So where is yeah, okay, let me think. What we have to do is we have to update marker location, right? So update map location, location with marker, so we need to user marker, if it is already exists then we remove the marker, then update the marker. So user marker will be a add marker, marker at location. So we still have to implement also this one. So we have to add marker at the location. Okay, so let's create a private function which add marker at location, which takes location that is lat long, and we have title, we have marker icon, which is a bitmap descriptor, which can be also null, and this will pretty much get the, you add the marker with marker options. Title is your title, and your position is your location, is a lat long, and apply your marker icon. If it is present, then icon will be marker icon. Okay, marker at location. So here we have to add marker at location at update map location with marker. So here we pass the user location and we'll tell that it's you title and return the user location. Okay, here we have returned the user location, and similarly what we have to do is when our map is ready and whenever we get the location permission, then we update the map location with marker. uh, Update map location with marker. Okay, actually why I'm not able to get the because I'm trying to access this after, right? So okay, last location, and what else we also need to do the similarly we have to pass this method as to the lambda. Okay, so this is pretty much gonna take the location and update the marker with the update the location with the marker. So let me just run the application again. Let's see if it is working. Okay, let me run the application again. I don't know what's happening. What's the reason it's getting crashed? Error. So what's happening here is not found resource. Okay, obviously there are some resources which is not found. Some marker. Location. Last location. Update marker location with marker. Lat long update map location. Okay, because here we have not yet done anything, right? So we have to update map location. So let's do update map location. What we have to do is we have to obviously move the camera and zoom. Okay, factory new lat long zoom, and location is a lat long, and we zoom it by 7 float. Okay, so here we update the map location. Okay, let me just run it. So we're getting some error, so I want to just uninstall the application and just rebuild it and using the app. Okay, yeah, we are getting the location. So you see now we have getting the live current location of this user, and it's this, right? So before it was Australia, so now it's pretty working fine. So now what next? So okay, let's go step by step. So we obtain the user location, place a pin at the map of that location. So now we need to add a car icon to our project. So let's go and create the car icon. So to get the car icon, obviously we need to get the bitmap from the descriptor, right? So Let's create a method. Let me create the method here, which is a private function which gets bitmap descriptor from vector. Okay, so we are gonna use drawable resource is a vector, vector drawable drawable resource id int, and yeah, with this vector drawable we just change this vector drawable to a bitmap descriptor. Okay, so so this method just pretty much do that. Okay, so we get first the bitmap is context compact dot get drawable, this vector drawable resource id, and let we have this drawable which is a vector drawable vector drawable dot set bounds to 0 0 vector drawable intrinsic width and vector drawable intrinsic height. And what next is we will get the drawable with the tint. That means we want to change the color of the drawable. Compact wrap vector drawable, then drawable compact set tint to drawable with the tint, and we want the color to be blue. Okay, and obviously I need to create a bitmap and create a canvas, and then draw the bitmap in the canvas, right? Bitmap create bitmap vector drawable intrinsic width vector drawable intrinsic height is bitmap dot configuration zb888 canvas bitmap drawable with tint draw canvas. Okay, and bitmap. Okay, if it is otherwise it's gonna get null, right? So we return bitmap descriptor factory from bitmap also we need to recycle the bitmap so that to save the memory, right? Okay, so here we have to return on all in case. Okay, so yeah, this is done just to recycle I mean to save the memory, okay, of the for each time when the bitmap is recreated, right? You just recycle it, and so we have to use this bitmap drawable from vector. So but first we need to also create our vector. So let's go to our drawable, let's create a car drawable. So I want my car to be one of these, I don't know which one. Okay, obviously I want the electric car. Okay, and like car electric. car. So I create the electric car, and then okay, when we have to update the location. So whenever we whenever we get the location, uh, we have to also yeah, but okay, let's see one thing. Add a car icon to your project. Okay, so actually we have already added a car icon. Add a functionality to move the car icon to the user's current location. To move the car icon to the user's correct. So we need to add a functionality to move the car icon. So actually we have done two things. We have created a simple method to change the our vector drawable to a bitmap drawable, because you know our icon like your our marker will accept the bitmap instead of a vector, right? So that's the reason why. And the next thing that we have to do is add the functionality to move the car icon to the user's current location. So uh, how to add that functionality? Okay, let me see. uh, okay, so I'm parked here, so you need to also add your, so whenever you click this button to update the pin's location to current location, right? So obviously I also need let me create step by step. I also need a private well arc location button. Obviously I also need this button by lazy, and find view by id dot id dot smart location button. Okay, so this is like this button that I told you. This is pretty this much, this button, right? And what next is like we have to, each time we click this button, okay, mark location button, we have to set on click listener, and if has location permission, okay, then uh, we mark we have to mark the parked cars. Okay, parked car. Okay, the car is parked here, so let's do that. Let's create a private function which mark parked car. Okay, and so we mark the park car, right? So what we do, we get the last location, and location we get the user location, update map location, we update map location with the marker, we pass the location, then we get the, okay, we also need another marker called car marker. So this was a user marker, but we need a car marker, and we get this car marker, remove car marker, we add marker at location. Here we pass the user location, we get your car here, and get bitmap description from vector, where we will be passing our I see car, electric car. Okay, and we save. So yeah, we will do that in the upcoming thing to do save. Okay, so what next, guys? Yes, I think we marked the park car, right? and okay, so let me run the application. So we are pretty much able to do that, add functionality to move car icon to the user's current location. So I am parked here, you see. I get also the parked here location, like I get the parked car. And yeah, here the user can pretty much move. He can go to anywhere, okay, and but he will be knowing the park location, right? So yeah, pretty much we are done with the application. So what next is, like, you can also store the selected location. Okay, so there is some bonus task that you can do, is like you can also store the selected location in the shared preference. So let's save the location, and let's we you can also restore it. So let's save store first. Let's create a function for saving the location. uh, so we get the preferences with private, uh, edit, and apply. We put the string latitude, lat long latitude to string, and similarly we also have a longitude is longitude to string, and yeah, we just need to apply it. So here pretty much we are gonna save the location, and as I told you, we can save the location where we parked the car, right? So where I was, yeah, pretty much here we can save the location and pass the location. uh, about found the location. Okay, 1 second guys, we can save the location, but why uh, uh, user location? Okay, so what next is, we can also restore the location. Like for example, when you close your application, like for example, I just close it, I remove and I get back, you see I don't have the parked car, right? Obviously. So I want to also restore the, like I want to save first and also restore it, so that when I close and reopen my application, it will be, my location of parked car will be still stored there, right? So let's restore the location, and we get preferences, context, mode private, edit, no, this time we are not gonna edit, we're gonna just let preferences, and we get the latitude shared, uh, okay. So so we need to also actually, let me check, to restore the location. uh, is this is the shared preferences, get string, latitude. Okay, let me just not confuse yourself. Shared preferences. Okay, this is the shared preferences actually, so that we will understand it. Latitude will be or by default the value is null, to double or null, otherwise we'll return null. Longitude, shared preferences get string longitude, default value is null, longitude, and obviously we'll have to double or null and return null. Let long, latitude and longitude. So we restore our location and this will be passed, right? Okay, so whenever we come to our map, like when your map is ready, like when you relaunch your application, when your map is ready, you have to, if you have already saved the location, like if your restore location is not empty, store location, if it is not empty, then obviously you get the current the location of the user that you have saved, where the car is there, right? So car marker, add marker at location, user location, and your car, and obviously you will also get bitmap descriptor from vector r dot travel dot electric car and user marker add marker at location, user location u. Okay, so yes, we can do this, and let me run the application. So I am parked here, so you see it's you and you your car. Okay, so if I just close my application and if I restore it again, yeah, you will still receive your car here because your location was saved, right? And yeah, this is perfectly a good example application for understanding map, the markers, the asking permission from the user, and hope you liked it and hope you find it very interesting. And if you like it, please do subscribe, and because your subscription will be helping me a lot to create more tutorials like this, more interesting tutorials. And please also if you have any questions, just please do comment. And also if you want more videos, then please do place also the bell button so that you will get notification for the upcoming new videos. And thank you very much guys, and catch you up in the next lecture.